I'm here with Adam from Deck 13, and we've just seen the presentation from The Surge of The Surge 2. Zwei. What did you improve since the last time?
I mean, we've really been working on improving a lot of different things for The Surge 2. We're expanding the combat options for the player. We're going from 5 weapon types to 10. You can see in the demo, and maybe if you check online, you can see our new trailer for gameplay. This is one of the new weapon types. We call it a double duty weapon. All right, it's pretty cool, pretty exciting. We're also really expanding our approach to the world and building the gameplay spaces. So because you can see here, right, the game takes place in a city. It's a Jericho city. It's a really dangerous place, but this is a more open sort of environment than the Surge 1, where you were in the cryo facilities.
Yeah, definitely. Tell us something about the environment there. What kind of dangers has the city to offer?
Oh, well, it's a very dangerous place, as you might imagine. It's a city that's under quarantine right now. There's this big, terrible storm growing in the sky. So this is causing all these sort of monstrous foes to arise in this place, and these kind of corruptive elements are growing. And, you know, of course, in a situation like this, people also become the real monsters, right, as you can imagine. So, you know, you're going to fight robotics, you're going to fight dangerous foes that have managed to survive in this really, really bad place, and you're going to have to use your combat smarts and your body part cutting to overcome these challenges.
There's a lot of body part cutting, definitely. You're chopping things off all the time.
Yeah.
What I wondered about, if you chop off, like, for example, the arm, and there's a weapon attached to it, then you can keep the weapon. But you definitely got to decide on which part you want to chop off. So in order to collect the weapon, right? You can't decide afterwards.
Yeah, exactly. So this is kind of our big thing for these games. Is we love this, fighting enemies, chopping off body parts, and then using what you take to build out your own character. This is really, something that excites us. So you always have this choice when you're fighting enemies. Do you want to go for the armored parts, which you're going to not do as much damage, but if you chop them off, you're going to be able to take the components, you're going to be able to learn new armor schematics or take the weapons out of their hands, this kind of thing. Or you can go, let's say you're trying to clear to a boss area, just trying to survive, you can aim for the unarmored body parts, do more damage, kill the enemy more easily. So you always have this choice when you're fighting. Am I trying to survive, am I trying to live, or am I trying to get more stuff, get stronger for myself?
What I find interesting is that you said killing enemies more easily. I don't think there's anything easy about killing enemies in this game. It's definitely skill-based, and it's a very tactical combat. Mm-hmm. What would you say in terms of difficulty? Is it more or less difficult than the Surge? Well,
I mean, that's something we got a lot of feedback on for the Surge, that sometimes the difficulty felt a little unfair in some places. And of course, we want this to be a challenging game, and we want you to have things that you have to overcome with skill, with knowledge. But we're trying to give the player a lot more options in terms of how they overcome these challenges. So as you get stronger in the game, it'll not only open up your, say, options of how you approach the combat, but you'll also just grow in strength. You can see in the demo that we showed, this boss that you're fighting, the way you approach it is kind of up to you in a lot of ways. Do you want to try to smash the armor off and then focus on the weak areas? Are you trying to do these higher skill counterattacks? These kind of things. Just as a small option set, you can already decide how you want to approach. So it's not just about learning the dance, trying to overcome the mechanics, but more about using your own personal combat style to, overcome the challenges.
Yeah, there's definitely a lot of cool stuff to explore in terms of fighting techniques and stuff. What can you explore in the world? The backstory of the game. Mm-hmm. How much is there?
Well, so like I said, you're in Jericho City, which is a place with a lot of history, and a lot of things to discover, a lot of secrets, different areas of the city, gives us a variety of different environments for you to explore, and we've taken a more non-linear approach in how we kind of built out the game. So the order in which you tackle these different regions of the city is in many cases up to you. Some are easier than others, some are harder than others, but depending on what kind of player you are, whether you're trying to take, say, the natural path in order of difficulty, or whether you're looking for a hard challenge, this is another set of choices that you get to make for yourself.
Okay. You had a lot of comparisons after the first part. One of the big ones is, of course, the Dark Souls comparison. How do you think in general about being compared to other games? I mean, Dark Souls definitely is a huge success story, and people love the game, and if they compare it, is it an honor for you, or do you say, okay, we want to stand out?
Well, I mean, it's a little of both. honestly, because I think that it's clear that this has become a genre. You know, this kind of Souls-like genre is a thing. You know, more and more games are in it. It's, you know, kind of a more hardcore approach, but it's still, you know, in a way, kind of a classic form of gaming. So I don't think there's anything wrong with saying that you're in a genre. But as you can see, like, we are kind of taking it also in our own direction. You know, in the first game with the body part targeting system, and now we're just kind of like going further and further and further in our own direction with these kinds of mechanics and this type of world design. You know, getting, you know, maybe a little bit away from the formula, so to say, but it also, you know, carves out space for us, for ourselves, to express our own ideas and creativity.
Yeah. Did you have any other, like, influences when you were developing the game? Funny thing I read online was, it looks like Elex on steroids.
That's so funny. Yeah, I mean, we're good friends with the Piranha Bytes guys also. We go to each other's summer parties and stuff, you know, so, I mean, yeah, there's all kinds of influences that go into a game like this, you know, in the end, because we're all gamers, we're all fans. You know, Neil Blomkamp, the director, you know this guy, and his movies like Chappie, right, and what's the district whatever, right? 9. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, I'm like, it's a number, right? It's definitely a number. But like, he has an amazing style, I think, and this has also been an inspiration for us for how we've approached, you know, our take on technology in the future, right? It's kind of gritty and industrial and believable, but, you know, also has these really cool technological sci-fi elements. So, you know, there's always tons of ingredients in the soup when you're trying to do something artistic and do something creative. But,
and what's your personal favorite feature?
I mean, for me, I'm a combat guy. Right, so I just love building out new weapons for people to experiment and learn. Yeah, that for me is the secret sauce. Right, this is what makes it great. Okay.
Then, final question. Let's talk about dates. When you're gonna release the game?
So we're releasing in 2019. We're working hard on it right now, as you can see, I'm sure, on PS4, Xbox One, and the PC.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. I appreciate your time.
Cool. Great.